And the former Inkster police officer seen on video brutally beating up a driver is making his bid for release from prison.
Good to have you with us for Local 4 News at 6. Off the top tonight, in a letter to the parole board, William Melendez gets rather reflective about the assault that sent him to prison.
He's trying to bring to a close an ugly ordeal that began in January of 2015. That's when Melendez and other Inkster officers pulled over Floyd Dent, and Melendez violently beat Dent. The assault, clearly visible on video, brought to light by a Local 4 Defenders investigation 2 months later. And then in April of 2015, Melendez was charged with assault and misconduct and fired from the Inkster Police Department.
Melendez went on trial, was found guilty in November of last year. February of this year, he was sentenced to a minimum of 13 months and a maximum of 10 years in prison. Well, now he wants to be released. He'd like it to happen in time for Christmas, and he's opening up about the incident in a letter to the parole board. That's the rest of the story. Let's bring it to the guy who brought it to light in the first place, Kevin Dietz. Kevin.
Yeah, Devin, so that 13 months to 10 years is a huge difference. William Melendez wants to serve the absolute minimum. He wants out as soon as he hits 13 months to the day, and now he's made his case to the parole board. William Melendez wants out of jail. This was his apology at sentencing 10 months ago.
I am truly sorry that you believe my actions were unjust. Please have faith in your law enforcement officers, for many of them would risk their life for yours.
The former Inkster cop locked up for 13 months to 10 years for this violent beating of motorist Floyd Dent. On December 15th, he's eligible for parole. In his file obtained by the Detroit News, Melendez states he suffers from PTSD from his days in the military and does not know why he did what he did that night. After reflection, he now thinks he, quote, handled the situation poorly and thought he was protecting his fellow officers. Local 4 legal expert Neil Rockine says Melendez's words are not convincing.
Blaming post-traumatic stress or denying that you knew the reason or you can't figure out the reason why you beat this man, I think it bodes very poorly for him.
Melendez says if released, he will move back home with his wife and run a private security personal protection business.
I have serious and grave concerns with Mr. Melendez participating in any form of security for anybody.
In his file, at least one parole board member reportedly objected to his release, writing, Mr. Melendez, lack of understanding of his criminal behavior is unacceptable. Prosecutor Kim Worthy writes he was a police officer who abused his authority, asking the board to deny his parole. The parole board has already said that Melendez is eligible to be released once he finishes the programs that he's been assigned to. The prosecutor can file an appeal to that decision with the circuit court and let the circuit court decide. The parole board has not set an exact date yet that they would let Melendez out of prison. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.
Kevin, I'm wondering what, if anything, Floyd Dent is saying about it.
Yeah, he's a little under the weather today and was not available to be interviewed on camera, but I did get a chance to talk to him. He says that he's not as concerned with how long William Melendez spends behind bars. He just wants to make sure that he's learned his lesson and nothing like this ever happens again.
All right, Kevin.